In the secret halls of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, a sense of urgency filled the air. Agents had been tracking a series of sophisticated cyber attacks that seemed to originate from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. The targets were diverse: major corporations, government agencies, and even critical infrastructure. But one common thread linked them all: the fingerprints of Chinese state-sponsored hacking groups, identified as APT-31, APT-41, and Volt Typhoon. These groups had earned a reputation for their cunning and technological prowess. They had managed to breach edge devices and computer networks worldwide, exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities that even the most vigilant security teams had missed. The FBI knew they had to act swiftly to unravel the extent of this cyber espionage campaign. As the investigation deepened, the FBI discovered that the hackers had been using edge infrastructure appliances from vendors like Sophos to gain entry into secure networks. These appliances, once compromised, were repurposed as stealthy proxies, allowing the hackers to conduct surveillance and espionage without being detected. The agents found that custom malware had been deployed to maintain persistent remote access, giving the hackers the ability to siphon sensitive data and potentially sabotage critical operations. The scope of the breaches was staggering. Customer call records, private communications of government and political figures, and even information subject to U.S. law enforcement requests were all at risk. The FBI and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, worked tirelessly to alert potential victims and provide technical assistance to strengthen cyber defenses. They encouraged any organization that suspected it might be a victim to engage with local FBI field offices or CISA immediately. As the investigation continued, the full extent of the damage began to emerge. High-profile targets, including the phones of presidential candidates and key political figures, had been compromised. The hackers had been trying to copy information subject to U.S. law enforcement requests, potentially compromising programs like those under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA. The FBI and CISA issued a stark warning. This was not just a series of isolated incidents, but a broad and significant cyber espionage campaign. China, however, denied any involvement, leaving the international community on high alert. In response, the U.S. government stepped up efforts to shore up defenses against these continuing attempts at cyber espionage. The telecommunication industry was alerted, and measures were put in place to protect against future breaches. The battle against these state-sponsored hackers was far from over, but with each new discovery, the resolve to protect national security and privacy grew stronger. The investigation was ongoing, but one thing was clear. In the world of cyber warfare, vigilance was not just a necessity, but a survival imperative. We hope you found this dive into the world of cybercrime both informative and intriguing. Remember, staying informed about the latest threats is crucial in protecting yourself and your online assets. Don't forget to subscribe for coverage on cybercrimes. And as always, stay safe out there in the digital world.